Hey Thrivers, welcome back to another episode of Thrivin in Color. When nonprofits, businesses, volunteers, and community members come together with a shared purpose, they can create opportunities that change lives. Today, we're joined by Tyrone Nance, founder and CEO of It's Bigger Than Us, and Darlyne Jean-Charles, senior community relations specialist at Florida Power and Light Company. Together, we're talking about the power of community partnerships, the importance of giving back, and the work happening to support families and students as they prepare for the upcoming school year. Through It's Bigger Than Us, Tyrone has helped lead initiatives designed to create positive change in communities across the country. Darlyne brings the perspective of corporate community engagement and FPL's commitment to supporting the neighborhood it serves. Thrivers, this is a conversation about service, collaboration, and what becomes possible when creating change is truly bigger than us. Tyrone and Darlyne, welcome to Thriving in Color. It's truly a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Woo!
Hi,
We're so
for
excited
having
to be here.
us.
Thanks so much, guys, for joining us. So, Tyrone, let's start with you. Tell us a bit about yourself and what inspired you to found It's Bigger Than Us.
Well, thank you so much, one for having us, and then this incredible opportunity to be on this platform. So my name's Tyrone Nance. I'm the founder and CEO of It's Bigger Than Us. It's a 501c3 nonprofit that focuses on youth, family, and neighborhood empowerment through education, health access, and crisis response. And
Mm,
what got me to start this organization was, let's just be clear, the gaps between the have and have nots has grown wider and wider in all of our communities, and we decided that we wanted to be a bridge, providing
mhm.
resources, providing opportunities, and to make sure our communities had what they need. And so over the years, it's just grown and evolved because the need has grown and evolved.
All right. Now, Darlene, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your role with Florida Power and Light Company?
Sure. Hi, Camry. Hi, Ty. Thank you so much for having us on. Excited to share with you and your listeners everything that we do. My name is Darlene Jean-Charles. As Senior Community Relations Specialist with FPL, I have Dade and Broward County as my regions. So I manage our partnerships, our sponsorships, activations. I'm
Mm,
literally the boots on the ground in terms of corporate philanthropy in this region. One of the things FPL does love to do, we partner with nonprofits, but it's more than just writing a check. We believe in sweat equity. So we get our
mm.
volunteers out and get involved. Even folks, once they leave FPL, we have a retiree network that's very active and thriving with volunteering within the community. But we do believe in giving back because we don't only have the customers that are here, but also we live here too and we play here and we want to make sure all of our neighborhoods thrive.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, Tyrone, the name It's Bigger Than Us speaks to the idea that meaningful change requires people to look beyond themselves. How does that philosophy shape the work that your organization has done in these communities?
That's a great question. I would say the name really sort of sums it up in every single way. It's always going to be bigger than us. And I think that's the idea that we need to always carry is the work is going to never be done. Um, are the roles we play in community advocacy and activism and finding different ways to give back does change. And so I want to say like the role that It's Bigger Than Us is going to continue to play is focus on building out community builders, because in order to bridge gaps, you need bridge builders. And so I think
Mm,
utilizing the model of generosity, radical generosity, to make sure our community's needs are met through basic resources, linkage to care, is how we end up closing those gaps.
wow, thank you so much for that. And I love the name. It really speaks volume. As soon as you hear It's Bigger Than Us, like you know that it's something meaningful behind that.
And it checks me too as well. Like, the moment I'm like, okay, this is a turnkey. This is,
Mm,
we're done with this or this. And it's like, no, it's bigger than us. And I'm like, of course it is. Of course it is. And so it's a constant reminder that the work is never done, that
mhm.
collaboration is key. that's why we really appreciate our partnership with Power and Lights, to be able to come alongside us to support and serve the community. And like Darlene said, they're boots on the ground. Like, it's not just a check. It's like, let's make sure we have volunteers, and let's make sure we're utilizing local businesses if we're doing active,
Mhm.
which enhances the economic of the community. And so I appreciate Darlene and the entire team. They're the real deal. Like, whatever you need, as far as a community activation, they have from DJ to additional support. Like, they got the answers already squared away.
Wow, I love that. Now, Darlene, FPL has a long-standing commitment to supporting the communities it serves. What does that commitment look like, and why is giving back to the community such an important part of FPL's mission?
Yes. The commitment looks like our people being out there, as I mentioned, boots on the ground. And it looks different by neighborhoods. So it could be the
Mhm.
STEM scholarships and sponsorships we do for graduating seniors. Right now, we're in the middle of senior hurricane meal kits that are for vulnerable seniors, for homebound seniors. And it could look like education. We're out there doing things, we're doing beautification projects. It looks like what the neighborhood needs, and we're able to support in various ways.
Wow, I love that. FPL is doing such great work in these communities, and we can see that it continues and the impact that it makes on us. So, love that. Now, Tyrone, the seventh annual back to school event is coming to Little Haiti this Sunday. What inspired you to create this event, and how has it grown over the years?
Wow. When I think about the seventh annual, so it's a seventh annual back to school tour. So we're doing 6 back to schools in 4 states. So kicking it off in Atlanta this Saturday, Miami Sunday. We have 3 in LA, and then we'll finish out in New York. I think what ultimately inspired us was that was our first activation. That was our first event ever we did, was providing a
Mhm.
backpack. But after you provide a backpack to a student and you see them that fall, you're like, well, I want to make sure you have a toy. Then I want to make sure you have food. Then guess what? In order to make sure you have food, I need to learn a little bit more about your family. Okay, then I want to support your family. Then after that, I want to support your community. And so the events just happen to continue to grow and become these really incredible events where the ecosystem of the community can come out. You have electeds, you have corporate partners, you have
Mhm.
volunteers, you have community members, and you have amazing touch points that kind of gear you towards the rest of the year. But particularly for the back to school, this will be our second one in the Little Haiti community. I used to be the Black Professional Network vice president for Los Angeles, and so I spent a lot of time traveling back and forth to Miami. And with my background, I'm all about advocacy. So any state I go to, any city, I want to see if there's opportunity to volunteer, give back. And we had a partner who, shout out to Baby to Baby, we had a partner who was able to provide diapers and backpacks and resources for us a few years ago. And when I tell you the entire community came out to the back to school event, everybody came out, and those are partnerships I'm still stewarding to this day. And so it was second nature that we were going to do a back to school here, and it's going to be continually going on each and every year because the need is there, the partners are there. And I just love how we're able to bring like-minded thinkers and people that actually care about one another together, which we need a lot more of.
Mhm.
Yes, agreed. And you guys are doing great for you to be going to Atlanta, New York. That is big. Like, this has become a big thing, and it's definitely a need. Students and families need help. So I love that you guys are stepping up to the plate. Now, as we talk about partnerships and collaboration, FBL is partnering with and sponsoring this year's back to school event. What made this initiative in partnership with It's Bigger Than Us meaningful to FPL?
As Tyrone mentioned, partnerships are really important. We initially met him through our sponsorship and support of BPN. We have actually, he met through one of our panelists, who's my counterpart in Palm Beach. And we made a connection from there, saw the success of his event, when he was here a couple years ago. We didn't get an opportunity to join it, but we definitely were interested. So when he came back around and he reached out, saw the information that he had, and we're like, hey, this is one of our neighborhoods. And of course, we want to go ahead and support. And we definitely said yes off the bat. And we're happy to be here. And we'll be, again, right on the ground with him on Saturday, on Sunday at the event.
Yes, I love it. So, Tyrone, for families and students attending, what can they expect? Why is this event so meaningful for students preparing for the new school year?
That's a great question. I would say, first off, they're going to be met with dignity and care. The upcoming school year creates a multitude of questions and thoughts of, uniforms and backpacks and healthcare, and does anybody see me or hear that I'm, maybe having these concerns? The back to
Mhm.
school events are great, great touch points to be able to get the pulse of what's going on with youth and families in our community. So number one, they're going to be met with dignity and care. Once they enter the facility, they'll get a passport. Those passports will be their beacon into the event. They will get 5 to 7 stamps at each of the tables that are there. So that way, they're not just coming to just get the resources, but they're also being able to connect with dental partners and health partners and elected official offices, and just kind of seeing what's going on in their community. Then they'll be met with raffles, music, and they'll be able to get fully loaded backpacks. We have over 50,000 diapers. We have electric toothbrushes. We have soap. We have deodorant. And we have we have tons of Lego toys. We have little trike bicycle sets for the little ones. There's something for everybody in the entire family at this event. And again, it's dignity and care. So it's not just going to be long lines and squished up people, going from this to this, but it's going to be met with, hey, how are you? Come on in. Let's introduce you to this partner. Do you know Darlyne? Okay, Darlene's a local here, and really, help build those relationships so they're on their way out. They're informed. They're well taken care of with resources, and we can follow up and see how we can stay connected to them even further after the event.
Wow. So you guys are giving them its all. Man, this event is going to be so special for the community. Wow. I'm so happy to see that this is going on. Now, tell us, where can people learn more about It's Bigger Than Us, and also stay informed about upcoming events across the country and find ways to get involved?
Um, yes, thank you so much. You can follow us, our website at www.itsbiggerthanusla.org, or you can follow us on our social media. It's bigger than us underscore on Instagram, or on Facebook. It's bigger than us Los Angeles. We are so excited to plug in and connect with as many community members, partners as possible, so we can make sure that we're able to bridge the gap with needs and resources, and continue to partner with Florida Power and Lights to be able to serve the community. Like I said, like, they're boots on the ground. And I think a lot of the information that we'll hear from the event, we'll put out a post report, and we'll see
Mhm.
what more we can do, and who else can join in on that with us. So we're really, really excited for this event. But after the event, the work still continues. We're going to be analyzing data, making sure we hit all the correct touch points or things that we miss. We're going to make sure that we double back so that we make sure we have it for the next upcoming event itself.
Wow, that's amazing. Guys, you're hearing it here first. Make sure you are catching up with Is Bigger Than Us, checking out the website so you can be up to date with whatever they have going on. Now, Darlene, where can listeners learn more about Florida Power and Lights Company community initiatives?
Okay. Do want to mention two key ones, because most of my events I get those are the two main questions. The
Mm.
first one is, in terms of community initiatives, fpl.com/community will get you a lot of the events that we participate in, and the folks will ask a lot of different questions. Our community relations team is definitely, there's a contact us portion there that I can send internally. And the other question I get a lot is, how do my kids get an education scholarship or any of that? They do have their own separate one, but we sponsor a lot of different things, whether it's robotics, the drones in school. We're very active in education. So
Mhm.
fpl.com/education will get you there for anything. And that's whether you homeschool or you're in a traditional school, you're a club or any of those things, to see a lot of those information that we have and the activities that we participated in the community.
All right, guys, you heard it. Make sure you are checking out these initiatives and scholarships. FPL is doing amazing work, Darlene. I just love you guys and how you guys are so involved in the community. And like you said, sweat equity, boots on the ground.
Yep, yep. Yes, we're very happy to be here, and I think that especially as Ty mentioned, most of us are literally locals, and so that really we
Mhm.
have an extra incentive. These are folks we see our neighborhoods of our hearts, so we want
Right.
to make sure that they thrive.
Yes. So this last question is for the both of you guys. For someone listening today who wants to make a difference, what's one piece of advice you would give them about getting involved in their community?
You go first.
Ladies first. Oh, sure. Because I will tell you how I got started. Actually, is it starts at home. It starts with your neighbor. I call myself a lifelong volunteer, but I really learned from my mom. My mom used to be the one, getting groceries, quietly for neighbors that she
Mhm.
noticed didn't have it. So just starting with your neighbors, whether it's washing a car, if you see a senior or someone who needs a ride, or you notice that they may be skipping a meal, she'll be cooking big pots, take foods to places. So it's very easy to start. You don't need a lot of money because sometimes folks just need your time,
Mhm.
and as my priest usually like to say, your time is talents. Yes, the treasures will come, but sometimes the treasure is really your heart. So,
Mm,
so you just have to go ahead and get out there and just open your eyes to your neighborhood, and you'll see how you can participate.
Wow, yes, absolutely.
beautiful. That is beautiful. Man, I should have went first. was that was
Thank you for
spot
being a gentleman.
that was spot on. That was a lesson learned. I'll make sure next time I go first. I mean, I would start. It started, in my family. I saw my mom, making sure she took care of our neighbors. Folks would always come over on the weekend to eat, to be in community, and I never really understood why I'm playing with all these kids in the backyard with basketball and just different things. But that was the heart of advocacy. That was the generosity. Folks coming over, eating meals, sharing a laugh, and those relationships turned into, can you watch, it just turned into multi things. So I would say local engagement is best, and you do not need money. You do not need some big, long, drawn out plan. First off, there's volunteer opportunities wherever you look. There's always an organization or someone doing good in your community. You just need to look to your left, your right, up or down. It's an opportunity
Mhm.
there. But also, even with yourself, there's our family members, there's our friends that we can lend a helping hand, whether it's, hey, I'll take you up for a cup of coffee and just have a conversation with you. And you never know how far that goes. But I would say to the movement builders, to the people that are building out organizations for impact, you have to go from moment to movement to impact to infrastructure. You got to make sure you are not just living in the moment of something really fun and exciting, but that you have something tangible you're anchored towards. And that's why we pride ourselves on having backed by data, backed by stats, backed by post surveys, because it is a guiding beacon for us in our work, whether it's in Little Haiti or it's in the rest of the world. So speaking to all
Mhm.
the organizers, making sure your infrastructure is solid and put together so you can be ready to partner with the Florida Power and Lights.
All right, Tyrone and Darlene, it's been
Love that.
such a pleasure having you guys on this program. You have dropped so many gems. And before we wrap up, please let everyone know where they can find and connect with you all and give us those last details on this weekend's event.
Okay. Oh, you're letting me go first
There you
again,
go.
or maybe not. Well, to connect, if anyone wants to reach me, easiest way is probably through LinkedIn. So it's under my name, same as it is on here. Darlene, it's with a Y, not an I or E. But I'll be happy to connect. I'm always excited to speak with our partners because there's so many people doing good and communities doing good in here. And I
Mhm.
don't know everyone. So I'm always looking to connect and get to know folks. And we'll see how we could collaborate together.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say I can also be found on LinkedIn too as well. My first name, the organization, I should pop up. as well as our website. It's biggerthanusla.org, which will have contact information to reach out to us for any questions, any resources, or any partnerships that people will be looking for. And in regards to this weekend, come on out, bring yourself, bring a family friend, bring a partner, tell somebody, share it on social media. You want to make sure this event is something that is on your calendar this weekend.
Mhm.
All right. And to our listeners, stay connected with Black PR Wire by following at Black PR Wire on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X for the latest news, stories, and updates in Black communities. Thank you for tuning in to Black PR Wire's Thriving in Color podcast. I'm your host, Camry, and remember to keep thriving in color.